How do you find, start conversations with, and get on calls with leads who have never heard of you before? Paid ads to a cold lead generation funnel used to work. And I know I once spent over $1 million on Facebook ads to generate $100 million. But in a down market, combined with the iOS retargeting updates, combined with consumers being more hip to funnels these days, now the cost per lead is often too high. Even if you can get the lead to fill out a form, you better have a damn good nurturing sequence to get them to show up to the call. And cold emails used to work. I raised over $1 million through cold email. Whereas now, buying a lead list in bulk and sending an email blast to the void, hoping that even a single person takes the hook, won't get you any real results. It's a supplement, but it's not a core driver unless you have some wild free offer and you're using a really advanced version of Instantly. Cold calling does still work, but you need a clean list, daily analytics, and a team to do all the setting for you, because God knows you're not going to do all the calls yourself. And we all know how annoying LinkedIn in-mail messages are to random leads. The number of current clients that use our system that previously worked with a LinkedIn agency that just copy and pasted the same message to 10 leads a day on Sales Navigator is honestly embarrassing. Your top leads are often inundated by cold in-mail messages. So unless you already have a hand of God level copywriting hook, they're not reading past the first sentence. So why does the virtual worker now lead gen method work where all the rest fail? Simply put, leads want authenticity and they want transparency. They want to build relationships, and then they want to buy from people that they have relationships with. They don't want to see your name among 100 other companies trying to pitch them cold. So the real answer isn't wasting thousands of dollars generating and reaching out to random leads and hoping for the best. The answer is using LinkedIn to build real relationships. Treat LinkedIn like you're at a business conference or a business mastermind, partly because LinkedIn is the best place to network with like-minded people without sounding salesy, but also because an entrepreneur with a strong network makes money even when he is asleep. It's not your net worth, as they say, it's your network. Jim Rowley confirms LinkedIn is no longer an online resume, it's your digital reputation. So if you're not optimizing your LinkedIn outreach and your content, then whatever lead generation system you're paying for now is money down the drain. You know your service is solid, and you know exactly who your target lead is. But even still, you probably don't know how to reach them and stand out amidst all the competition. So here's what you need to know. To win over the LinkedIn algorithm, you need to post multiple times a week and keep yourself relevant to a specifically chosen audience. You need to be a thought leader. You need to be top of mind, and you need to keep up this consistency for at least 6 months until you start getting inbound leads from your content. But that creates a problem. You know you need to build your authority by creating content, but you also know that you need leads way faster than in the next 6 months. You worry, what if I spend all this money on creating content, but at the end of the day, I don't get any leads to convert? What if I waste 6 months or a year trying to be a thought leader, but no one ends up following me? You feel like you don't have enough time to wait and risk it. You imagine yourself at a Gary Vee conference and you know what Gary Vee is going to tell you. He'll say, the best time to start is now. Even if you're bad, you have to start anyways. And if you're impatient, you'll fail. And your competitor who is patient, they're going to beat you. So you know this is the right long-term play. Intellectually, you know it, emotionally, logically, and even your intuition tells you that this is correct. But even still, you have two new problems. How do I get leads in the meantime? And who is going to create this content for me? I don't have the time myself. So instead of doing what you know you should do for your business, you freeze. Time goes by and you never get around to it. Or you do spend the money, but you spend it on the wrong strategy, a quick fix. Let's say email marketing or paid media without a good funnel or a good follow-up sequence, or some random other agency's lead gen system, and unrealistically expect to close leads within the first month, because you need it to work now. You're flailing. Sound familiar? If that's you, if you're stalling and not building a lead generation system, or if your current system has failed you, we have good news. We've created an easy, cost-effective solution that you can implement yourself, or you can test with another agency, or we can do it for you if you'd like. In this episode, we're going to explain exactly how you can leverage outsourced talent, software, advanced project management, and AI to keep your lead generation costs low, while also consistently posting high-quality content to drive sales in the short term, as well as building your thought leadership for the long term. And this is a proven method, by the way. Our clients get multiple calls a week using LinkedIn outreach, sometimes multiple per day. One of our most recent clients said she has too many calls, which is a good problem. We ourselves get multiple calls every single day from LinkedIn. It's a step-by-step system that keeps costs down, but quality and your reputation high. This will allow you to reach out to potential leads and schedule calls with them while growing your content and getting inbound leads throughout the process. We call it the LinkedIn lead gen system. If you don't want to learn, but you'd rather just us run the entire system for you, then you can always schedule a call with our team. We'll do a free LinkedIn audit, consult with you on what we suggest that you do to get more sales, and even do a free sample of content for you so you can see the quality and test the speed of our system. But the purpose of this episode is not to sell you anything. We're giving away the entire system step by step in this episode. Why this works, the trust factor. People will never buy from you if they don't trust you. The reason is just biology. As long as what I'm currently doing allows me to survive, I usually don't need anything more. Familiarity plus survival equals good. Therefore, anything new or different instinctually translates as bad. Now, let's take a closer look at the main objection or reasons why a potential lead wouldn't buy or even meet with you. Spoiler alert, they're all related to trust. So 1 is I don't trust the company. 2, I don't trust the salesperson. 3, I don't trust the service is worth the price. 4, I don't trust that the service is worth the time that I'm going to need to put into it. 5, I don't trust that the service is going to work. And 6, I don't trust myself to make the right decision or to execute. All of that basically tells you one very important thing. Leads need time with you in order to trust you. As long as you're the new guy, they're not going to buy. Whereas once you become familiar to them, people will automatically trust you. They'll be more willing to jump on a call, download your lead magnet, hear a pitch, look at your deck, and eventually purchase your product or your service. A lot of people don't want to spend money on content because they're not willing to wait for the results of inbound. Yes, it'll take time, but with every post, every video, every article that you publish, your authority and your audience trust grows. Even if they're not liking the post, they're seeing it. So if you're not posting content, your competitors will. And that means you've made your lead's choice very easy. Why go for you when your competitors obviously have more credibility and experience because they're constantly posting about their experience and credibility? And pro tip, if you want to make it easy for your leads to choose, offer them so much value for free that they feel like they have to choose you, almost as if it's a moral obligation. If you become the authority in your space, they'll feel stupid choosing anyone else because you've consistently demonstrated that you're the best. Though there's a crucial factor that you need to keep in mind. Getting your audience to trust you won't work if all your posts push them to buy right away. Do you need to post consistently? Yes. But should it be salesy? Absolutely not. What you need to do instead is build reciprocity and authority. This is the equation for it. It's consistency plus reciprocity plus authority. Here's how Professor Robert Cialdini defines it. If I receive something from you, I will feel obligated to give you something back. This basically means that if you offer your audience free value, they will feel obligated to meet with you, hear your pitch, or even partner with you or buy your service. Now, he also defines authority as being credentialed, knowledgeable, and having a history of success. Therefore, if you share your expertise, your success stories, and your insider knowledge with your audience, you will naturally build authority and they will be more likely to trust you. But moving on to the next step, what should you post? This leads us to one of the most important questions regarding your business. Who is your audience and what are you offering them? What problem are you solving? Who are you solving this problem for? What is your unique value proposition? How are you solving this problem differently than your competitors? How is your solution better than everyone else? But what you really need to know is who are you serving specifically? What are your audience's specific problems, their specific fears, their desires, and their needs? And then how do you solve those specific problems and specific fears for them? How do you give them their desires and their needs? How do you make their life better and easier? Be extremely precise. We're talking benefits, by the way, not features. This will allow you to know exactly what to post and what to talk about on LinkedIn. People don't care about you or the tiny features of your company or your offer until they're at the very, very bottom of the funnel. At the top of the funnel, what they care about is themselves and what you can do for them and what you can teach them. If you don't know your exact avatar, honestly, you're not going to be able to sell anything. It doesn't matter how good your solution is if you're not solving the right problem for the right person. You could design, as an example, the best prosthetic arm in the world. But if I'm not missing an arm, It doesn't matter to me. So let's talk a little bit about your CTAs. What are you selling? Before you start creating the actual content, you need to begin with the end in mind, meaning that you need to know the purpose of each post. You're creating content to generate leads, we get that. But for your product or your solution to sell, you need to make sure that you're solving a very specific problem for that audience and writing about it. And more importantly, what action do you want that audience to take after they visit and see and read your content? You need to make the connection between their problem and your solution with a CTA. You have X problem and I have the best solution for you. We should chat. But remember, all B2B decision makers' problems reduce to their income statement. They want 1, more leads, and they want those leads to 2, convert at a higher rate so that they can have 3, more revenue, but with 4, less marketing costs, and 5, less operational costs, and 6, less payroll costs. And they also want all of that done faster and with less involvement on their part. That's it. That's all B2B products and B2B services. Everything reduces to that. How your company solves one of those problems uniquely is up to you, but that's it. That's all they really care about. This is why you need to start with giving away free value in relation to how you can help solve one of those problems. How do you do that? Through an ascension model. At the top of your funnel, you have to give free social media content. Obviously, we've been talking about that. Your social media content should have a soft CTA, a soft call to action that pushes people to a free lead magnet. This can be a video explaining your thesis or teaching them something. It could be a free audit or a one-pager that gives away your secrets or a newsletter. Remember, you want to build reciprocity over time. So take it slow and make sure that you offer tons of value in the beginning. What you want to focus on at first is getting your leads information into your system. You want to move the conversation off of LinkedIn and onto email and text messaging. That's the goal. So the idea is, in order for your lead to get the free lead magnet, which they want, they have to opt into your email and text lists. But then once all of that is set, you can start posting your content and include your soft CTAs. These CTAs should sound something like this. If you want to learn more about insert topic, follow me. If you think a friend would find this helpful, share it with them. If you'd like my insert free lead magnet, click on the link in my bio. If you're ready to solve whatever problem, go to my website. If you want VIP help with whatever problem it is, go to website. If you'd like to hear how we're getting X returns, click the link on my bio and schedule a call. So good. Now you know where you're starting, and now you also know where you're going. You understand who you are, what differentiates you from your competitors, what you're going to create content about, who your audience is, and you also know what are your CTAs. So now it's time to start building the actual machine. So this is the LinkedIn lead gen system step by step. There are 8 steps to this machine, right? We're gonna go through them one by one. Step 1, rebrand your profile as a thought leader. The first step in using LinkedIn outreach to attract more leads is rebranding your profile as a thought leader in your field. Start by updating your profile photo, your header image, your headline, and summary section to reflect who you are, what you do, and what problem you solve for whom. Include keywords and hashtags related to your industry, geography, niche, value proposition, the problems you solve, and the solution you offer so that leads can easily find you when searching for these topics on LinkedIn. Additionally, make sure that your profile is kept up to date with any recent activities or projects that showcase your ability as an expert in the field. Step 2, turn your profile into a funnel. To begin, make sure that your CTA link is a link to your calendar. Additionally, your features section should be 3 links. The first link is also a link to chat with you, your calendar. The second link is an article which explains your core offer. And the third link is to a case study of your past success. Once this is all set up, whenever someone visits your profile or interacts with any of your posts, you want to send them a connection request. The copywriting should be simple. As an example, send them a note along with the request. Something like, hey, LinkedIn pinged me that you visited my profile, would love to connect. You will need a pro LinkedIn account for this feature. And if you don't want to do this yourself, by the way, you'll also need a VA to handle these tasks for you. Additionally, we recommend using a software called Expandy, which allows you to turn your profile into a funnel more efficiently. Every time someone clicks on your profile, they will be automatically sent a connection request. This will allow you or your VA to focus on nurturing the relationship rather than the rote tasks. Step 3, post 3 times per week. One of the most effective ways to keep yourself relevant and increase visibility is by posting content related to your expertise every day, but at least 3 times a week. This doesn't have to be long or complex. Simply share industry news or tips related to startups or to your avatar audience or whoever your potential client is. This will help build up credibility and serve as proof for potential leads that you are knowledgeable about what it takes to solve their problem. We recommend posting 3 times a week in this cadence: Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, as that will give you the most bang for your buck. Currently, personal posts, PDFs, and short form video are performing well, though the algorithm is always changing, so make sure that you or your agency is adapting as necessary as time goes on. Step 4, create a customized lead list. We recommend choosing 400 leads per month. Any more and you are liable to trigger LinkedIn to ban your account. The easiest way to choose these leads is to make a list via Sales Navigator. The filters that you're going to want to use are they an owner or a decision maker? Are they an influencer in your industry? Do they need your service or your product? Are they in your target region? Are they within 1 degree of separation? Have they posted on LinkedIn in the past 30 days? The most important of these is the last one. They must be active on LinkedIn, or else they'll never respond because they're not on LinkedIn. After filtering carefully based on these criteria, choose 400 leads per month. This is your target list for that month. Step 5, interact with your lead list. Once you have established yourself as an authority figure on social media, start engaging with active accounts that are on your lead list by liking their posts and commenting on topics related to your industry. Though remember, when interacting with potential leads, do not come across too aggressive. Just start building relationships through polite discourse about topics related to what they're posting and your shared industry. The formula for a good comment, and it works every single time, is part 1, compliment their posts. Part 2, add a 1-sentence opinion to add to the discussion. And then part 3, ask them a question. We recommend using a software called Engage AI to make this process even easier. You'll want a VA to edit the comments, but using AI will make the initial draft of your comment much, much easier. After your comment, make sure to also like the post. This way your comment, and your recent posts will start showing up on their newsfeed. Then 3 days later, you should comment on another post. Then 3 days later, comment on another post. Do this routine for at least 3 weeks until asking for a connection request. Often, without you even having to send them a connection request, they will visit your profile first, making the connection much warmer. See how that works? They will come to you rather than you having to go to them. But this only works if you comment, interact, and like without asking for anything in return for at least 3 weeks. Reciprocity. We recommend you have a VA keep track of your interactions, and we also recommend you use a software called Fistbump to help automate most of this flow. Step 6, send connection requests. If a lead, after 3 weeks of nurturing them, does not visit your profile or send you a connection request, you must reach out to them directly. When reaching out directly via connection request, make sure not just to add them, but also include a personalized note explaining why it would be beneficial for both parties if they connected. A good example of copywriting is, hey, I've been really enjoying your content lately, especially your posts about whatever the post is about, would love to connect. If they don't accept the connection within 3 days after that, comment one more time on their next post, but this time finish the comment with something like, by the way, we sent you a connection request, would love to connect. This is your last Hail Mary attempt. After that, if they don't connect, move on. By next month, you'll have another 400 leads to interact with. And remember, you can't win them all. It's impossible. Though in our experience, most of your leads will connect with you. Step 7, schedule calls and talk synergy. By this point in time, you've already established yourself as an authority figure among potential partners. And daily, you're accumulating new connections with leads and thought leaders. Congratulations. But now it's time for the real work to start. For the first few messages of this conversation, keep it casual. Ask questions like, what are you up to these days? How's business? What's your offer? Then once you start a casual conversation back and forth, ask them if they're interested in a quick synergy call. Make sure you have a calendar in place that has 15-minute intervals, not 30, not an hour, 15-minute intervals. This will get them to schedule a call, and you want to send them a message like, by the way, you think it's worth a quick chat to talk synergy? We're always looking to expand our network. Maybe you feel the same way. Here's my calendar, and then link to your calendar. Make sure your tone is not salesy, super chill, super casual. Do not mention any of your offers. Do not mention your company or what you need from them or what you want to sell them. The more casual you are, the lower the stakes. And the lower the stakes, the more likely they'll schedule a call. Step 8, build relationships via a CRM now that they've scheduled. They should be in your CRM. Now you have access to their name, their phone number, and their email. Congratulations. They've also just opted into your email list and are therefore now a part of your email and text campaigns in the future. From now on, you can send them emails and texts for all of your future deals, for all of your future offers, for free. Though this is only the beginning. More importantly, you'll want to make sure that they show up to your scheduled call. It's one thing to get them on your list and schedule a call. It's a completely other thing to have a real conversation, which is why your CRM is so important. We often see lead gen campaigns fail because the company is just flat out disorganized. When someone is interested, do we make it easy for them to schedule a call? Do we send them reminders, emails and texts and voicemails? Do we collect their information in a secure place? Do we track notes from the calls? Do we record the calls? What if they don't show up? Do we send them automated sequences to encourage them to reschedule? What if the call goes well? Are we quick and organized in sending them a contract? This is where a sales CRM is crucial. A CRM will allow you to tag and organize leads into their appropriate buckets, like call scheduled, no show, not currently interested but will be later, interested in a formal demo, ready to buy, contract sent, contract signed, payment received. Each one of these buckets should have their own series of automated sequences to encourage and help the lead go from cold lead to current paid client. The details of these automations are honestly beyond the scope of this episode, though if you'd like us to create the entire system for you, we're happy to help to schedule a call. But that begs the question, who is going to build and run all of this for you? Finally, hiring the right team. At this point, you might feel a bit overwhelmed if you're thinking you're going to do everything in this episode by yourself. You might be considering therefore hiring help, and you probably should. But who? The main person you're going to need to hire is a copywriter, because they'll be the one writing the content, guiding the team, and basically acting as a project manager. They can easily do the posting and the commenting and the replying as well. But make sure you hire a copywriter, not a content writer. You need someone experienced in marketing and with social media content to drive sales, not just write content in general. Short form educational content is very difficult than generic copywriting. The next person you're going to need is a general designer, a graphic designer. A proper graphic designer will turn your content and profile into a well-oiled, nice-looking branded portfolio. The next most important is your video editor. They will take your content, if you have any video content, from a 5 or a 6 to a 10 by adding your specific brand, flair, and energy to the video. Now, you don't need a Hollywood video editor. You just need someone who can bust out multiple videos a day and won't quit because they're bored. You'll also need a community manager who will be in charge of outreach and contact potential leads. Their main KPI should be number of scheduled calls. You'll also need to build your CRM, as we talked about. You can use whatever CRM that you prefer, so long as there's email, text, voicemail, and call automations all hooked up correctly. You can hire an agency to do this for you as a one-time project, as an example. With that team, though, you should be ready to scale. Though, please note that these types of professionals do not come cheap unless you hire a fractionalized agency with already proven systems, like Virtual Worker Now, as an example. Working with Virtual Worker Now, if you remember from above, this is what you're going to need to do in order to create the system. One, if you don't have a proper website, you'll first need to build your landing page, the core of your selling system. Your landing page includes 5 different sections usually, and a VSL, a video sales letter commercial, where you'll pitch your company to potential leads. Then 2, you'll need to nurture those relationships with your exact avatars on LinkedIn, while also building your authority in your industry as a thought leader. This will capture the attention of potential leads and lead them to your landing page where they can schedule a call. If the leads like what they see on their landing page, they'll opt in and schedule a call using your calendar. And then before the call, you'll send them your lead magnet or a video, and you begin nurturing them in your CRM. And then after they schedule a qualifying call, a get to know you call, the lead formally, build rapport, and see if they're a good fit for your company or any partnerships, and offer them your services ultimately. Virtual Worker Now has a menu of products and services that you can use to help you speed up any of these processes to create this system. We can make your landing page, we can edit your VSL, we can create your lead magnet, we can set up your CRM, we can turn your LinkedIn profile into a funnel, we can find, interact with, and nurture leads for you on LinkedIn on your behalf. We can offer you highly trained, well-educated staff to help you in various other aspects of your company, whether it be social media, administrative, or sales help. We have all of these services available, so feel free to mix and match as you see fit. If any of the above sounds like something that you're interested in and you don't want to do all of this yourself, please just schedule a call and we're happy to help. But in any case, if you want to use the whole system yourself, just go ahead. Hopefully that helped. We'll talk soon. Cheers.